Okay, so in this section, let's see how we can sort of randomize our NPC characters, and maybe let's see how we can change the appearance of the player as well. Okay, so first of all, I will close these tabs because we don't need those stuff anymore. Also, we don't need this print string because I just added it for testing the physical assets to fix that ragdoll issue. Right, so maybe I will start from the player base. Okay, so under the player base, if you go to the viewport, you can see now we have this character, but let's just say I want to change its appearance. So all you have to do is go to the class defaults, look into the character options, and here you have all the configurations. So maybe I will change its head like this maybe. Right, so maximum clamp value is 5. Maybe 1 0 would be fine. Maybe for the skin texture, let's use much more lighter color. And yeah. Skin texture would be fine. And we can maybe change the hair also. Something like this. And mustache maybe 3, and the beard this one. And for the hair color, maybe we can have much more darker one. Outfit is totally up to you. You can have whatever the outfit you want. Yeah, I think this would be fine. Also outfit materials, patterns, likewise. I hope you get the idea. You can change this stuff, right? And in case if you make this one random option is true, all the configuration will be randomized. So first let's try to test our player base, and here you can see now we have a different player with a different mesh, right? Okay, maybe I will change the hair because it sort of looks weird. Maybe 0 will do the trick. And this one would be fine. Right, now for the NPCs, let's go to the NPC base, and there under the class default character options, I will make this random option as true. So by theory what it does is it will randomize our NPC character. So you can see each time when I'm compiling, I'll get a different character. So it will take some time to compile actually, because it has to calculate all the required measures and sort of like apply the textures and things like that. So at the very first it will take some time, but after that it will be okay, right? So now you can see we have a different character. If I compile it back again, the textures are compiling, right? And we should have a different character, right? Now we have a different one with some different hair and things like that. So likewise, this randomization will be applied at the runtime for the NPCs, right? But actually this is very heavy task because you are randomly calculating these indexes and applying to the mesh. So in the production, what I recommend is sort of like have a dedicated set of values for your NPCs. Maybe like you can create multiple different child instances of this NPC base, or either you can create a specific data table which actually read from those data table and apply the configurations to here, right? But anyway, I'm not focusing on that part anymore. Maybe in a future course, I will cover up a dedicated MetaHuman character creation system. So there, like, we can look into the best practices. But here I just wanted to point out how we can integrate the MetaHumans with our locomotion system. Okay. So now if I play, you can see actually it sort of halt for a time, right? You can see the entire game has been frozen because what it does is at the underline it calculates all of those MetaHuman related configurations for us, the random configurations, and applying to the meshes and compiling it. So let's wait until the texture streaming has been completed and we'll see how it goes. Right, now you can see our MetaHuman characters has been appeared. So everyone is actually randomized. So we have these female characters, we have these male characters, things like that, right? And everyone is randomized. But as I mentioned before, this randomization comes at a cost if you're trying to make a dynamic randomization on runtime, right? But it works, but it's a heavy task. Right. So anyway, that's what I wanted to cover in this section. So here you can see we have successfully integrated the MetaHumans and everything works pretty much fine. And maybe you can create your own custom MetaHumans and integrate with the locomotion system as well. So it will work as it is. Right, now I will disable the randomization for the NPCs because otherwise at each time it will try to compile everything. And maybe let's see how it works. Okay, we have some issues as well. Yeah, actually it happens because of that the actor profile system is trying to apply the character color, the color for the character, but actually we can't apply the colors anymore because we just added those for the Unreal Engine Mannequin, but for the MetaHumans it doesn't implement those features. So maybe what we can do is at the actor profile system, this is the place where we trying to apply the colors. Right, so we have dedicated boolean called apply tm color. So for the NPC base, for now at the actor profile system, under the team affiliations, I will disable this apply team color, right? So it won't modify those stuff for us. And also under the NPC base class defaults, character options, I will remove these random options because this is a heavy task, and compile it back. Okay, we are good to go. Now if I play it, you can see the spawn is pretty much quick and everybody is sort of like same because actually it goes with the default configurations, right? So maybe like I will show you, yeah, let's try to create a child blueprint instance and I will call this one as bp npc mail 1 and move it to the, yeah, maybe let's create a folder called base and let's try to move the npc base to there and AI to there also. Right, so since this is a child instance, now we can modify it. Also, let's try to update the redirector references. Right. Now with the locomotion system character NPC base. Yeah, we don't have that folder anymore. Right. Now I'll open up this NPC mail 1 and here let's try to make some randomization. So maybe I will make this guy as underweight, head index 3, skin texture 3, yeah, index also 3, no, maybe 4, maybe 2, yeah, maybe 1. And we have a mustache, some hair color, and some outfit. And different pattern for the outfit maybe. Also we can change the colors. Right, maybe this could be one male. And let's duplicate it, and I will call this one as NPC female 1. And for the female, maybe let's try to change its skeleton to B. Right, so we have a female skeleton. Maybe make it as normal weight. Head index maybe 2, skin texture maybe 2, no, maybe 5, hair index, yeah, 3, outfit maybe 2, yeah, you can have anything. Okay, so let's just say I have these configurations for male 1 and female 1. Right, now what I can do is at the NPC spawner, instead of directly spawning NPC base, at the NPC list I will remove that one and I'll add these two. Right, NPC female and male. Right, so it will randomly pick some NPC and will be spawned over here. And same thing for there as well. Let's plug female and male. Right, now let's try to play. So you can see now it's been pretty much fast because now we are not randomizing the measures at runtime. Instead we have been specified those stuff at the compile time, and at the runtime we can simply spawn those stuff. Right, so you can see we have different characters. Okay, right, and maybe let's add some materials to our level as well so we can clearly see our MetaHumans. So if you go to the ls essentials under materials, under the not here, let's go to the Lyra starter under the materials. Here you can see I have sample grid materials. So maybe we can apply this blue color for the landscape, maybe this orange color for the surface, maybe this black color for the wall, maybe this one. Right, so you can prototype the level the way you want. It's totally fine. Maybe you can have your own custom design level or things like that, which will be totally fine. So let's save all, let's play it again. Right, now you can clearly see our MetaHumans on the level like this. All right, Everything looks pretty much fine, and we are good to go. So before wrapping up this section, in the next tutorial I will do some cleanups for our directory, because as you remembered, currently we have 3 different folders on our content directory, but in practice actually we should have one root directory, and over there we have the different directories, right? So let's do that cleanup on the next tutorial, and I'll see you there. Thank you.